Hi everyone, welcome back to our lecture series in circuits and networks. So in last class we discussed about star connection and delta connection, how we can find the power in star connection and delta connection, what was the basic difference between star and delta. Okay, so let's just brush up those things. What was the basic difference? Yeah, in star we are having a neutral point, that is all the outcoming terminals of loads are connected together and that point is known as neutral point. But in delta we are not having any neutral point. Okay. So similarly we also discussed the power equation. P is equal to root 3 VL IL cos phi. That thing is also discussed in our last class, and that equation was same for both star and delta. So now we are discussing what is balanced load and what is unbalanced load. Suppose it is a star connection. Suppose it is a star connection like this. We may be having three loads. This is one load that is connected to supply of R phase. You can write it as VR or VRN. That is voltage in between phase R and neutral. That is phase voltage. And L2 load 2 load 3. Suppose this is a balanced load, the value of these three loads should be exactly same. Value of the three loads should be exactly same, so that all the three phases carry same current. If this value, suppose this is Z1, Z2 and Z3, can you find I1? I1 will be VR, this voltage by this impedance, because this is 0, neutral voltage is 0. So the potential difference is VR minus 0, so VR by Z1. Suppose if three voltages are same, three loads are same, and we know theoretically the supply provider like KSEB will be giving same voltage in all the three lines. Theoretically, practically it is not like that. Theoretically, suppose all the phase voltage should be same. So I1, similarly I2 will be also same. I2 will be V, suppose I2 belongs to B phase, VB by Z3, like that. All the currents will be same. If all the currents in the three branches are same, then you can take the sum I1 plus I2 plus I3. Remember, it is not vector, it is not a scalar, it may be having some angles also. So you have to take vector sum, or in calculator you have to give these angles, then you will get 0. So the sum of the current is known as neutral current. If all the three loads are same, then the neutral current, that is the sum of three currents, will be 0. That is the condition of balanced load. Whereas in unbalanced load, Z1, Z2, Z3, this is the condition of balanced load. Whereas in unbalanced load, Z1, Z2, Z3 will be different. Practically this is the case that is happening in our state. Not only in our state, in all practical distribution companies are having this issue. All the loads will not be exactly matching. Suppose for our KSEB, they are connecting first 2 ohms to R phase, then other 2 ohms will be connected to Y phase. Next 2 ohms may be connected to B phase. Like that, they will try to balance the loads, but exactly it will not get balanced. Some difference will be there practically. You think it will not be matching, but they are trying to make it matching, balancing, but still some unbalance is there. If unbalance is there, neutral current will not be 0. Some small current will be there. So we are trying to solve. So this is the condition, what is balanced, what is unbalanced. If load is different, generally what happens, current will be different. and the phasor sum will not be 0. If currents are same, the phasor sum will become 0. We will do some problems. Now you may have some doubts. How the same currents are 5, 5, 5. If you are adding 5, 5, 5, it will be 15. You may think like that. But it is not like that. 5 angle sum 0. Next one 5 angle sum 120. Like that. If you are adding like that, then if it is a balanced one, the current will be 0. Let me ask one more thing. The VR, suppose it is 230 volt, then Vy will be also 230 and Vb will be also 230. Is it simply correct? You cannot take like that. The first one will be R phase will be V angle 0, Y phase will be V angle 120, B phase will be V angle 240. Like that, phase difference is there. So this voltage is dividing by impedance, this current is also having the phase difference. Then only the resultant will become 0. Otherwise it will not become 0. Okay, so I hope you know what is balanced and unbalanced. In balanced, definitely the neutral current will be 0. But in unbalanced, Z1, Z2, Z3 or the load values are different. So that if you are taking sum, it will not be 0. Neutral current will be present. Okay, so let us do a small problem. So this is the question. A 3-phase star connected system with loads 25 angle 0, 11 angle minus 120, 15 angle 10 degree. Loads are also connected in star. Find the line current, power and current in the neutral. So initially I can tell you Z1 is equal to 25 angle 0. Z2 is equal to 11 angle minus 120. Z3 is equal to 15 angle 10 degree. So you please check, is all the three loads are having same value? No. Z1, Z2 and Z3, all the three impedance are not having same value. Suppose this is Z1, this is Z2 and this is Z3. We know that we are considering this as R phase, this one as Y phase, this one as B phase, R, Y, B. And that should be always taken in a clockwise manner, R, Y, B. Then you can say that if this is VR, its voltage, its angle will be angle 0. Suppose for Vy, with respect to VR, it is plus 120 or minus 120. Because here we can see this is 120 degree apart in clockwise direction. So Vy should be having a minus 120 degree. And what about Vb? With respect to VR, generally VR 0 degree. Vy minus 120. Vb, some Vb magnitude into angle minus 240 degree. So that is the voltage system, and we are having three impedance. Basically these three impedance values are not same. So this is an unbalanced system. As this is unbalanced system, I can tell this is neutral and there should be some neutral current because it is unbalanced. We will check it. So that is the case. And before going to that, I want to tell you some more concept. So what are the things that may have inside the Z1? Z1, Z2, Z3, whatever. Generally inside that one we may be having a resistance and series inductance. Inductance or capacitance, anything will come. We are writing Rx. Suppose we are having both XL and XC, what happened? If XL is greater than XC, this XC is XL minus XC because XL is denominating. If XC is greater, then this will be XC minus XL, like that. All things are there. Anyhow, some resistance and some reactance will be there. This may be inductive reactance or capacitive reactance. So, this is the things inside the Z1. So, how you can find the magnitude of Z? Magnitude is square root of R square plus X square. This is a triangle, impedance triangle. This is the case. So, magnitude is square root of these two sides, square root of R square plus X square. And what will be the angle? Phi, that you can find by tan inverse of opposite side by adjacent side. But one thing I want to tell you now is, this phi is nothing but power factor angle. You should be very clear with this idea. If you are having any doubt about this one, you can refer our basic electrical lecture. It is also there in our channel. In that, I am showing you that all the things, the real power, the real power P, reactive power Q, active power S. This angle will be also phi. Angle between R, X, Z, this angle will be also phi. And in RLC circuit, if you are drawing VR, VL, such triangle, that angle is also phi. These things are there in our previous lecture series in circuits and network. That is RLC series and RLC parallel network, very well explained. If you are having doubts, please refer that. So, this thing you should be very clear. Such angle means that angle is nothing but, if you are specifying like such angle some degree, this degree is nothing but power factor angle. Okay, that is nothing but tan inverse of X by R. So, these are the power factor angles. This one 25 angle 0 for phi 1, first loads, this loads power factor angle, and this one is second loads power factor angle, and this one is third loads power factor angle. So, these are the things that we can analyze from the given data. Now, we are directly moving into problem. Okay, so we can do the problem. First of all, in the question we are given that line voltage, because as it is a star system, we know that line voltage and phase voltage are different. V phase line is equal to V phase into root 3, or V phase is equal to V line by root 3. Anyhow, in the question line voltage is given, so you have to convert it to phase voltage for basic calculation. Why? Because for calculating current, this is R voltage, R phase voltage, and this is current that going to R phase. So, this is R phase impedance Z1 that is connected in between R phase and neutral. Okay. So, for finding this current, you need specifically you need phase voltage, because this current depends on voltage between this point and this neutral. What is that voltage? That is phase voltage. But line voltage is in between R and B. This is line voltage. So, for finding this current, you need only this voltage. Phase voltage is needed, not line voltage is needed. That's why convert phase line values into phase values before you going to do the calculation. And one more point, impedance is given in phase. Where this impedance is connected? Here that is connected in phase. So, always make sure that impedance are in phase, and for calculating current, phase voltage by impedance per phase should be given. If voltage is in line and impedance is in phase, then the equation is meaningless. So, always make all the quantities into phase. So, for that we are dividing 400 by root 3, then it is 231 volt. This is the phase voltage, V phase. One more point, if 400 is not specified as line voltage, then also you have to understand that even nothing is specified, that is line voltage. In question, a 400 volt system, they are simply telling like that, suppose, then you have to understand that it is line voltage. They will not specify it. In our problem, they are specifying it as line voltage. Otherwise also, if nothing is specified, you please take it as line voltage and then convert to phase voltage. So 231 is the phase voltage. Then for R phase, Y phase, B phase, how we can make it? We have to add the angle. For R phase, it is 231 angle 0. For Y phase, 120 degree clockwise R to Y, it is 231 angle minus 120. For B phase, it is 240 degree angle clockwise minus 240, or minus 240 is equivalent to plus 120. Is it correct? With respect to R, B is either minus 240 or plus 120. So here I am taking plus 120. If you like, you want to you can take minus 240 also. All the answers will be same. So now calculating IR. IR is equal to this current, that is VR by this impedance Z1, VR by Z1. 231 by angle 0 is there, by 25 angle 0. You can calculate this in complex mode in calculator, and the answer will be 9.24 angle 0 degree. Next IY. IY is equal to VY. This is the VY in between Y phase and neutral. VY. So VY by this Z2 will give this current IY. IY is equal to VY by Z2. 231 angle minus 120 by 11 angle minus 20. So that is 21 angle minus 100 ampere. Next IB. IB is VB by Z3, third impedance. 231 angle plus 120 or 231 angle minus 240 by 15 angle 0. You will get 15.4 angle 110 degree. So you have to understand that this is first loads phi 1, this is second loads phi 1, phi 2, this is third loads power factor angle phi 3. That you have to use in the future. Okay, now we are going to the final stage of the problem. So we got IR, IY, IB, three phase currents we got, and we know this is star connection. In star connection, we know line volt current is equal to phase current. So IR, that you can take as first line current, I line also. IY, that is second line current. IB, that is third line current. Because line current and phase current are same in star. So no need to separate calculation. No need to multiply with root 3. Okay, keep that in mind. Next thing, as it is unbalanced, we cannot give the equation 3 into V phase, I phase, cos phi, because V phase and I phase, in that I phase is different for all phases. V phase we are taking as same with angle difference, that is permissible. In all problem angle difference is there, we are just taking magnitude only. But in current, in the power equation, V phase we can substitute magnitude only, and VR, VY, VB is same in magnitude. But current magnitude are different. So multiplying with 3 did not make any sense. If V phase and I phase are same, we can just multiply for the all three phases. But here for the all three phases, current is different. So we want to find separate. There is two equation. Once either you can use this equation or root 3 into V line, I line, cos phi. But this equation also you can use. But here also what is the issue? I line is different for all the three phases. So in unbalanced problem, you can do this, you can take these equations. In balanced load, you can take this equation. In unbalanced load, you are not permitted to do the simple equation. You have to take the power for each phase separately. So what is the power equation for first phase? Single phase power for all phases. It's voltage into current into power factor, V I cos phi. So for first phase, you have to take power per phase is equal to V phase I phase cos phi. All we are taking phase values. Okay, and then we are going to summing or instead of multiplying with 3, we are summing P1, P2, P3. So VR, IR, all things are already obtained into cos 0. From where we got this? Phi 1, first load's power factor angle 0 degree, second load's power factor angle 20 degree, third load's power factor angle 10 degree. That we have to substitute here. So if for first load we get 2134 watts. For second load, Vy, Iy, Vy, Vr, Vy, Vb will be same 231 in all the problems. Iy, substitute Iy here and cos phi 20 degree. You will get 4558 watts. For third load also please substitute Vb, Ib cos 10. You will get 3503 watts. Then for finding total loads, instead of multiplying, you just sum P1, P2, P3. You will get 10,195 watts. Okay. So is it as it this is an unbalanced load, you have to take the neutral current because some current is there in the neutral. It is not balanced. So please sum I phase 1 plus I phase 2 plus I phase 3. All the three currents should be added. You will get some small value. That is the neutral current. So what happens if it is a balanced load? Even you summing in case of balanced load, you will get 0 ampere. But as it is unbalanced, you are getting a small value in the neutral. So this is the issue with unbalanced load. Neutral current will be present. That's why the KSEB is trying to make balance the load. They are trying to distribute the load equally in all lines in order to avoid the neutral current. Okay. So this is the case. So please try such problems. Many more problems are there in the textbook. Okay. So hope you enjoy this class. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.